Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Now, how many of us are trying to eat healthier these days? Especially as we get a little wiser. We start thinking more about what we put into our bodies, right? We're loading up on those leafy greens like spinach. I know I am. And maybe we're pairing them with dairy like milk or cheese, thinking we're creating a super nutritious meal. Spinach and a glass of milk sounds pretty healthy, doesn't it? But what if I told you that this seemingly virtuous combination could actually be, well, maybe not as beneficial as we think, especially when it comes to getting all the goodness out of that spinach? It's a question that popped into my head recently as I was researching ways to boost my iron intake. Iron, it's something we hear about, but do we really think about it enough? Especially as we get a bit older. And what I've discovered is actually quite interesting. And maybe even a little surprising, because it turns out that some of the food combinations we think are healthy might actually be, well, let's just say, not the most effective when it comes to nutrient absorption. And today, we're going to dive into a very common pairing, milk and spinach, and ask the question, are you blocking iron absorption without even knowing it? Now, let's be clear right from the start. Both milk and spinach are individually fantastic foods. Spinach is a nutritional powerhouse. It's packed with vitamins, minerals, and yes, iron. And milk, well, milk is a great source of calcium and vitamin D, essential for strong bones, especially as we get older. But after spending hours, and I do mean hours, digging through nutritional studies and expert opinions from places like Harvard Medical School and the Mayo Clinic, I stumbled upon some fascinating information about how these two, when eaten together, might not be the best of friends, at least when it comes to iron absorption. See, spinach is a really good source of non-heme iron. That's the type of iron found in plant-based foods. Now, our bodies absorb non-heme iron a little less efficiently than heme iron, which is found in animal products like meat. But we can still get plenty of iron from spinach and other plant sources if we eat them right. However, here's the thing, milk is rich in calcium, and calcium, as wonderful as it is for our bones, can actually interfere with the absorption of non-heme iron. I was reading a fascinating study, I think it was from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, that showed that calcium can inhibit iron absorption, especially when consumed at the same time. It's like they compete for absorption in our digestive system, and calcium can sometimes win, leaving less iron to be absorbed. Think of it like this. Imagine your body is trying to open two doors at once. One door to absorb iron, and another door to absorb calcium. If you try to open both doors at the same time, especially if they're close together, you might not get either door fully open. In the same way, when you consume spinach and milk together, the calcium in the milk can make it a little harder for your body to fully absorb the iron from the spinach. And if you're relying on spinach as a good source of iron, especially if you're someone who might be prone to iron deficiency, and many of us, particularly women, can be, then this is definitely something to be aware of. Now, it's not like eating spinach with milk. It's going to completely negate all the iron. It's not that dramatic. But it might mean you're not getting as much iron as you could be from that spinach if you were to eat it in a different way. And when we talk about worst food combinations, it's not about foods that are inherently bad, but about pairings that might hinder the absorption of valuable nutrients. In this case, milk and other calcium-rich dairy products like cheese and yogurt, when consumed directly with spinach, could potentially reduce iron absorption. I discovered you must never combine these directly. If maximizing iron from your spinach is your goal, it's like putting a little roadblock in the pathway to iron absorption. So, what about best food combinations then? How can we eat spinach in a way that maximizes iron absorption? Well, this is where things get really exciting, because there are some fantastic foods you can pair with spinach to actually boost iron absorption. The star of the show here is vitamin C. Vitamin C is like a superhero for iron absorption. It helps convert non-heme iron into a form that's easier for our bodies to absorb. What I found incredibly helpful is to strategically combine spinach with foods rich in vitamin C, because it turns out that it makes a huge difference. Think about squeezing some lemon juice over your spinach salad. That's a simple and delicious way to add vitamin C. Or pair your spinach with bell peppers, especially red bell peppers. They are packed with vitamin C. Tomatoes are another great option. Even broccoli or citrus fruits like oranges or grapefruit, though maybe not grapefruit juice with certain meds as we talked about before, can help. What I learned is to always eat spinach, with these for maximum benefits, and to really amplify the positive effects of the iron in spinach. Think of it as creating a super absorption dream team. You can even add a simple vinaigrette dressing to your spinach salad. The acidity from the vinegar can also slightly enhance iron absorption. Now, let's shift gears a little and talk about some general dietary tips for better iron absorption and overall healthy eating habits. Because it's not just about food combinations, it's about our overall approach to nutrition. First, eat a balanced diet. Make sure you're getting a variety of foods from all food groups: fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and yes, even some dairy, just maybe not always right, alongside your spinach. If iron is your focus, include iron-rich foods in your diet regularly. Besides spinach, think about lentils, beans, fortified cereals, and lean red meat if you eat meat. Pair iron-rich foods with vitamin C-rich foods at the same meal as we just discussed. Be mindful of calcium intake around iron-rich meals. It's not about eliminating calcium or dairy, they are important, but maybe space out your calcium-rich foods and your iron-rich foods a little bit throughout the day. For example, enjoy your milk or yogurt at breakfast or as a snack, and save your spinach for lunch or dinner, paired with vitamin C-rich veggies. And if you're concerned about your iron levels, talk to your doctor. They can check your iron levels and recommend appropriate dietary changes or supplements if needed. Think of these tips as building a strong foundation for good nutrition and making the most of the healthy foods you're eating. Finally, let's talk about precautions and things to note, because it's important to have a balanced perspective. Remember, I'm sharing my research and what I've learned, but I am not a registered dietitian or a medical professional. So, please consult with a doctor or a registered dietitian for personalized dietary advice, especially if you have any concerns about iron deficiency or your overall nutrition. Don't eliminate milk or dairy from your diet. Based on this information, dairy is still a valuable source of calcium and other nutrients. It's about being mindful of food pairings and timing. This interaction is primarily about non-heme iron absorption, the type of iron in spinach and other plant-based foods. Heme iron from animal sources is less affected by calcium, and individual responses can vary. Some people might be more sensitive to this interaction than others. The key takeaway is to be informed, make smart choices, and listen to your body. So, there you have it. The inside scoop on milk and spinach, and how they might interact when it comes to iron absorption. It's all about being a savvy and informed eater. Even when we're choosing healthy foods, by understanding these little nuances, we can really optimize our nutrition and get the most out of the good things we eat. I really hope this video has been insightful and helpful for you. If you learned something new, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more deep dives into nutrition and wellness for those of us over 50. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. And share this video with anyone you know who's trying to eat healthier or is interested in boosting their iron intake. It could be really valuable information. And now, I'm curious to hear from you. Have you ever thought about food combinations affecting nutrient absorption? Were you surprised to learn about milk and spinach? Let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Let's keep learning and supporting each other on our health journeys. Stay well, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.